This show is sponsored by Set for Life Insurance, the ultimate client experience in the insurance industry. Are you looking for the perfect insurance coverage that suits your needs? Founded in 1993 by President Jamie K. Fleischner, Set for Life Insurance specializes in individual life, disability, and long-term care insurance. As brokers, they represent numerous companies in the industry, ensuring that their clients get the best products at the most cost-effective rate.
What sets Set for Life Insurance apart? You'll enjoy special discounts, priority underwriting handling, and even exceptions in the underwriting process. So why wait? Contact Set for Life Insurance today and let them be your insurance partner for life. Visit their website at www.setforlifeinsurance.com or call them toll-free at 1-888-553-3559.
Finally, a source of raw, real, and honest information on healthcare issues that matter most. Welcome to BS Free MD. From the latest medical information to how to stay sane as a doctor or a patient, no subject is taboo, and no BS is allowed. Now, let's welcome your hosts, Doctors May and Tim Hindmarsh.
We're over the target. Time to release some truth bombs.
Oh my, it sounds like an automatron is talking this week. Welcome back for another Wednesday Truth Bomb episode. And I have this on my mind. I hope Tim has it on his mind as we've been...
Sex?
Okay, that's next week, so I'll let you take it from there. Don't smile so much. All right. This week, now we are talking about what's, really on our mind and really what Tim fears the most, the topic of stuff. We have been forced to look at stuff the past year as we've been downsizing, as we've been moving, as we've been packing and uncluttering and sorting and sifting and throwing and tossing 30 years almost worth of stuff and possessions and things and toys and ownings and items and possessions. So as you might know, if you've been listening to our podcast or following us, living in a large home for 30 years and a garage and an acreage and kids and having lots of activities and things. Yeah, we had a lot of stuff. And I know a lot of you have a lot of stuff. And so basically, it's been on my mind as we've gone through this. And you're just forced to look at it all and think, what does this all mean? So that's today's topic, stuff. And really, it brings us back to the Bible verse that always, haunts many of us. Matthew 6:21, for where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. And so as we've been packing and keeping and tossing and deciding over our stuff, it's really forced both of us, and we have different views at times on our stuff and the importance of our stuff. And I've been thinking about it a lot in the terms of Marie Kondo, as I'm more of a minimalist than Tim, but I really love it.
I'm a maximalist.
She says the question of what you want to own is actually a question of how you want to live your life. It doesn't mean how much stuff you have. It's just I really like that question. And I started looking up different quotes on stuff and possessions and things, but it really got me thinking as I read through those and these past 6 months of all this stuff about living life. So as I'm talking out loud, it's kind of more of me sorting through the stuff and a lesson to myself again. But I wanted to share it with you and see Tim's thoughts too on all the stuff we have. I really try to use, and I hope to use, most of the possessions and material stuff things that we have. We had a massive book collection in our house. We had a beautiful library. We read pretty much cover to cover most of those books. We had a few that we collected, such as the 80 years of National Geographics. We didn't read cover to cover, but we
only the ones with the naked Africans.
Yeah, we used those. We parted with many of them. We had a lot of sporting goods and equipment. We used a lot of that. were we using it up until the end? Well, no, we uncovered a lot of moldy hockey gear and rope climbing stuff from 25 years gone past. But it had me look at that, and I really thought, I love the thoughts on how we need to remember to use our things. And so your home should be a living space, not a storage space. Like that's why you rent storage units or have garage condos, right, Tim, that we're purchasing. But if you are surrounded by clutter and stuff that you don't even know you have, I mean, is it really fulfilling its purpose? And I just think of this as we go through containers of cords that drive me nuts, containers of Tim's cords from 20 years ago that we don't know what they fit, and containers of my socks that I seem to collect, of all types of socks that will I really wear, 50 pairs of socks. So whatever it is, I think, fill your life with stuff and use your stuff. Maybe take that antique teacup that was your grandmother's and use the saucer in your bathroom to fill your things with.
As an ashtray.
Or I use it as an ashtray. I get that there's a few things that are extremely valuable, but put them out and actually able to look at them and see them. Don't have them in a box stuffed away to give to your kids or the next generation where no one's really going to admire it. If there are those few items that are beautiful treasures, put them out and display them and talk about them and share it with your friends. I think that your stuff should be there to serve a purpose. And so I'm thinking that you should fill your home with these things and use these things. And I love this quote. I can't remember who said it, but it says that you need to love people and use things. The opposite never works. And so
Have you heard of hyperbaric therapy?
If you want better circulation, oxygenation, or respiration,
Turn up the volume.
everyone appreciates the increased energy and clarity.
Athletes, say goodbye to those PRs because you're going to blast
So
them.
how's it work?
We load your body with oxygen.
That means
Less inflammation,
fewer allergies.
faster healing, and more.
Come see us, 1200 Executive Parkway.
The Upside Down building.
Call us 541-636-3278.
That's 541-636-3278.
We have some incredible deals.
Heal, build, and thrive
With New Leaf Hyperbarics.
Got air?
as I look through my stuff, I start to also, the more I get rid of, the more I seem to be free and happy. And I would say that when I look at the stuff, I start to have more gratitude for what I have when I have less. And that feeling of gratitude really kind of decreases this craving for more. And I start to become thankful for what I've got, appreciate it, use it more, and I don't need the next thing. I'm not perfect in this, but it's really taught me a lesson as we go through all these things, whether they're storage containers or possessions that we did inherit. And yeah, I really want to be able to enjoy what we have, not worship it. Ultimately, for me, I really love to fill my life with experiences, not things. I want to have stories to tell and like memories to share and not stuff to show. And the things, honestly, when I look back over the years, I start to forget that I even had some of these possessions till I open it up again. But man, do I remember the adventures, the trips, the funny things that happened, the stories we share on our podcast from before we were married or when we were kids, and adventures. And that's kind of my thinking. I'm going to toss the tennis ball your direction, Tim, since we are watching the U.S. Open. It's kind of fitting that I'll let you talk. What do you think?
Well, whether you like it or not, what you own owns you. And that's not just a metaphor for some, people that are literally driven crazy by some of the things that they own, but it owns you. So I think the question really is, what do you want to be owned by? And that's the hard part, because to acquire what you've had, you had to trade your life for it, or a portion of your life, because you had to trade time to earn the money to buy the stuff. Or if you built your house yourself, you had to trade your time and labor and some risk. So really, in a lot of respects, what you own owns you. And I think then it comes back to, what do you want to be owned by? And so the hard part for me, from a Christian perspective is what's the difference between having tools that you really enjoy that bring you joy and make you who you are, and when is it idolatry? And the answer is I'm not going to give you a good answer because I don't really know.
But I think that everybody has to really sort through their possessions, material possessions, and life, and really look at with a discerning heart. I think when is it idolatry, and when is it really serving a purpose to make you a better person? I think really, I mean, honestly, serve a purpose is the big thing. Isn't that why we have all this stuff? I mean, whether not just a home.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
what it's filled with.
Like, look, in Oregon is unquestionably the greatest muscle car collection in the history of the world. It's probably worth between 500 million and $1 billion. And when I look at that and I think of the net worth of the guys that own it, they can easily afford this. And I think I'm really glad that guys like that own those things. And the reason is they're preserving this automotive history. It's essentially a gigantic hedge fund because the cars are never going to go down in value, so that they can take a portion of their net worth and have it in essentially a safe place where they're going to have hundreds of thousands of dollars of expenses maintaining that collection, but it doesn't really matter. And I go, that's great. Now that's not me. I love old cars, and they really honestly bring me joy. Like when my car was parked outside because we're cleaning out all our crap out of the garage. When I come around the corner to the house and I see it, it makes me happy. And I've owned that car for 6 or 7 years. Like people say, oh, you'll get it and then you'll just want another one. Yeah, maybe, but no. Like I hang out with people that have had cars for the same car for 40 years. And it's because I think that's the kind of stuff that you should own.
Oh yeah.
I think that's the kind of stuff that you should own.
If you're owning it and enjoying it and driving it.
And then there's collectors where they don't even know what they just bought.
Yeah. Well, only
and that's
they
like,
can decide if it's serving a purpose.
Right.
If it's there for the public to look at or people to enjoy, that's serving a purpose. But there's the big ticket items like a car collection or your boat collection or your art collection
or your watch collection. Holy crap, that's insane.
Right. But if you need to have a watch collection, art collection, figurine collection, sock collection, concert t-shirt collection, motorcycle t-shirt collection.
Slow down, sister.
Snapback hat collection.
Mm-hmm.
And cord collection for every year that they made an iPhone and iPad. You get what I'm saying? It gets to the point. It's like, okay, how much collection do you need? How much stuff are you even know that you have? Is it serving a purpose? Is it cluttering up your life? Is it filling up your space?
Well, we have lived in a rural area for almost 30 years. And the thing that's interesting about stuff is the people that manage stuff the worst, in my opinion, are not the richest people in the world. The accumulation of crap starts at about 2 standard deviations below the average income and goes to about 1 standard deviation above it. And it's just staggering how people never get rid of things.
Now, there's some creative ways like planters that were originally toilets. And now they're filled with dirt and beautiful flowers.
Like, we drive by someone's house and it's like, dude, if you have a freezer, a fridge, and a toilet on your front lawn, why the hell do you have 6 cars?
So we could go on and on about some of the piles, rural, giant acreages filled with crap that do look like junkyards, to rich people's palatial 10,000 square foot homes filled with stuff in every nook and cranny that is beautiful but doesn't get used either. And so my point being, no matter how rich you are and how frugal and poor and low income and shopping, all the garage sales and online sales you are, and I shouldn't be saying this since I am getting rid of my stuff on that $1 auction site right now, so please keep buying, but but really take a look at what you own. Does it own you? Do you even know you own it? Your stuff should serve a purpose. Use things, love people, and really, I think that the less crap you have in your life, the less stressful life you have. And remember, for where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Be grateful and really just think maybe you could unclutter your life a little bit more and be grateful. So buy my stuff.
Right. And remember that the equation of life, which is the ideal number of motorcycles is n+1, where n is the present number of motorcycles that you own.
And that's where I call BS on this episode.
Okay.
Write back to us and let us know if you're getting rid of your stuff too. All right, everybody. Bombs away. See you next time. No matter what your insurance needs are, Set for Life Insurance has you covered. They're a nationally recognized leader in disability, life, and long-term care insurance, serving clients across all 50 states. Their dedicated team specializes in assisting medical residents, physicians, dentists, business owners, and other high-income professionals.
It's no secret that medicine is a bit, uptight. That's why Tim and I created BS Free MD, to mix things up a little and have fun in the process. Besides, we are having these exact same discussions all the time, so we thought we might as well invite everyone to the party. If you really like us, you can get plenty more, and maybe see one of Tim's cool tattoos on our Instagram or Facebook pages at BS Free MD. See you next time.
But we try to keep BS Free MD as raw and real as possible. We can't be held responsible for any medical decisions or discussions had as a result of what you've heard on the show. We know, bummer. But the truth is, we really do care about your questions. So feel free to reach out to us by email at doc@bsfreemd.com.